Hi teachers, welcome to week 15 in Foundations of American Education. This week we are going to finish up with chapter 13, which is what job options are available to you in education, and then also one of my favorites, chapter 15, what does it mean to be a professional? What I'd like for you to do is download a copy of both the chapter 13 and chapter 15 study guides. And if you forgot which chapter you chose or were assigned, I've got a link here for you. The reason why I do this, why I like to have you choose, is because that's one of the things that's often missing in education. Yes, it takes longer for people to have to make up their own mind rather than being told what to do, but I want you to have to be thinking. So that's why I will do what I do and will not change. I would like to meet separately with the chapter 13 teachers and also the chapter 15 teachers online, and we'll use what's known as zoom.us. It's a platform very similar to Skype or Google Hangout or FaceTime, but it's much better. So we can have up to 50 people in the meeting and we could each share our screens with each other. But what I'm interested in is which questions do you think would be worth asking your partner that is in the other chapter, working with the other chapter. Also, I have the chapter 13 and 15 scenario people down, and then this is the end of module 3, and so I've got a link to the 2 parts of the quiz if you chose to do that instead of a second case scenario. The sign-up sheet looks a little sparse, so just make certain that you do not forget to do a case scenario if you do not partake in the 2-part quiz there. And lastly, because a couple of you have asked about what's the final going to be like in the class, for this semester, I'm not saying it'll be this way always, but I would like your feedback, and I'd like to get your feedback on what were some of the resources that were made available to you that you did use, and which ones did you not use and why. For example, I didn't put the summary of the chapter information on this week's content area because of the fact we have the 2 chapters, but I have in the previous ones. Did you read it? Did you use it? So anyway, those are the kind of questions that I want your feedback from. So that's how I hope that you do the same thing for your students, because that is what teaching is about. It's about continuing to improve what you're doing to make the learning better for your students. That doesn't necessarily mean easier, but hopefully the cognitive load will be better and the depth of knowledge, once it's all said and done, will be greater. Thanks for listening, and I hope you have a great week. We'll see you on Tuesday.